Three friends, Frank, Kevin, and Brad, are ready to hit the road of adulthood. The world is still too strange for them, but they want to reveal all its mysteries, especially the feminine charm. In the meantime, they spend time in a treehouse and put things they don't know about in a special sacred box.
Found it in my mom's secret drawer.
I know what this is. It goes in the bottom of the bathtub to stop the drain.
I think it's a travel drinking cup.
Wait, don't drink out of it until we know what it is.
Yeah.
Among other things, there is a photo of Frank's mother. The boy hardly knows any details about her, but only that she resembled Grace Kelly. His father, Tom Wheeler, says so. Frank knows a little more about the relationship between man and woman than his friends.
Looks like a boob.
He understands that girls love boys who can dance, but there's no way he can learn to dance. The father cannot give any good advice on this matter because he is too busy saving endangered animals and plants at an ancient swamp near their house. He wants to talk to his son neither about his mother nor about other adult matters. Frank overwhelmingly wonders if women have a touching spot that might drive them completely insane. That's what the magazine says.
What is that?
Homework.
They're assigning Cosmopolitan as homework?
No, they assign this, but I'm getting nowhere with it. You can't relate that to the real world.
His father is not sure such a spot exists at all. Frank is in love with a girl named Stacy, but she likes Brad. At the same time, Stacy's friend makes goo-goo eyes at Frank. Frank and his friends are no longer children, and they are intrigued with the female body. They try to get more details from adult films. However, it is much better to see that for themselves. The boys are desirous of seeing a naked woman. Brad knows where they might make that desire a reality. They just need to get $100 and go to the city. Said and done. The boys gather all their cash bit by bit. They sell out their stuff. Brad organizes an event where everybody may pay to try his leather biker jacket on. All the girls get crazy about this event. The friends have eventually raised $113.
What do you need all this money for anyway?
Oh, we're gonna buy a prosthetic.
Prosthetic leg. For his dog. His dog lost his leg.
Having told the parents that they won't come by lunch, the boys get bicycles to ride to the city, toward their dream. The city is not a place for children, as there are too many dangers. The boys understand it in no time. Naively believing that almost all women are prostitutes, they offer money to all women passing by to undress. At best, they get ignored.
Ma'am, get out of my way.
At worst, they get slapped in the face.
Are you a prostitute?
What?
Will you take your clothes off for $103.62? Oh!
A vagabond sees the boys offering money to women. He tricks the kids to get them to a parking lot and strip them of the cash.
Because I got a gun.
His plans are thwarted by a girl named V,
He's got a gun.
who had fun with her client in the car. She's the one the boys have been looking for. She needs money because the client left her in the parking lot without paying a cent.
Get us out of here!
Lucky her. After V gets to know the boys, she agrees to undress for money. After all, she needs to give her patron $100.
How much looking? As much as money could buy.
Frank is a real well-mannered gentleman who treats V like a lady. After the girl has made sure the boys aren't dangerous, she takes them to the hotel. Frank notices a picture of Grace Kelly in V's room. The girl admits she dreams of being like her and getting married to the prince. Frank realizes that his dream has changed. He doesn't want the feminine warmth, but that of a mother. And V is a great candidate for the role of his mother. That's why he closes his eyes when V finally undresses and shows off her beauty. The boys are really astonished. Now they feel quite grown up and immediately try to smoke, declaring that one must enjoy a cigarette after adult fun.
After sex, you smoke. It's a rule.
But they have no matches. They want to feel like real men, but their problems won't be childish too. While they were walking around the city, someone has stolen their bikes. Once again, V comes to the rescue, though she's got great problems. She had a quarrel with her patron Cash because she wanted to quit her job.
What do I look like? Huh? A laundromat?
Having borrowed the car from her employer without his consent,
Tell the asshole I'm borrowing his car.
V finds the confused boys on the street and drives them home to the suburbs. Frank shows V his house and finally admits that he didn't see anything when V got undressed. Having found that the car doesn't start, V asks if Frank could permit her to enter the house and use the phone. This is where he introduces her to his father.
And look, over there, it's a girl.
V can't hear the boy telling his father she is his classmate's math tutor.
Dad, this is V. V, This is Dad.
Frank's dad tries to repair the car with no success so far. He admits he admires the girl and her job. V is genuinely surprised that someone might find this kind of a job normal. They have sympathy toward each other. However, they don't understand the real situation. They mean different jobs.
Frank was telling me what you do.
Really?
Do you enjoy it?
Sometimes.
Yeah, you get to move around, change the scenery, meet new people.
I never thought of it that way.
I bet you're really good at it.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
V is amazed because she hasn't been told this for so long, as her acquaintances do not even consider her a person. But now she is tolerantly accepted for her job. The car will be repaired in the morning, so V goes for a walk in the suburbs, trying to find a part-time job because she has no money. Her appearance attracts everyone and arouses envy.
Look at that woman. Oh my God. Her top is so low. And her skirt is so high. That is bad.
She finds a potential client here,
Did you hear that? That was bad.
but Frank shows up and offers her to sleep in a treehouse. At this point, Frank attracts for the first time ever the attention of Stacy, who he likes so much.
She spoke to me. I speak to her, but she never speaks to me.
She asks if Frank will go to the dance, but he confides and he doesn't know how to dance. In fact, the girls just looked for an excuse to get to know V,
Aren't you going to introduce us to your friend, Frank?
but she introduced herself as Frank's aunt and quickly took him home.
I'm Frank's father's sister, Aunt V. We've got to be going now. See you later.
Frank's father spends all his time trying to save the wildlife area from destruction. He doesn't have enough money to buy the land, but the father is preoccupied with other thoughts as well. He confesses to his son that he likes V and she looks a lot like Grace Kelly. Frank's happy. He's got a plan. He brings everything V needs to the treehouse, even his mother's nightgown. V has cracked the boy's plan. She realizes that he wants to arrange a date with his father for her, but Frank admits he wants more. In his dreams, he sees V as his father's wife. To make this come true, he lies to her that his father knows about V's real job and has nothing against it.
I told him what you did, and he didn't mind. I told the truth.
Looks like a boob.
In the morning, Frank brags to his friends that V was sleeping in his treehouse. They don't believe him, and Brad's willing to bet his jacket it's a lie. After school, they want to go and see for themselves. Frank doesn't do well at school. He has failed a test dedicated to the female reproductive organs, and now he must present a verbal report with inscriptions and visuals to his teacher. The deadline is till the end of the week. Meanwhile, V comes down from the treehouse and decides to look at Frank's place. On the TV, the girl sees that Cash, her employer, has been murdered. It means she's next since massive amounts of money have been stolen, and the mafia behind this dirty business doesn't forgive such debts. Before his death, Cash told Waltzer, a mafioso, that V had stolen the money.
Cash said that you took the money. That's not true.
The girl is being hunted now.
Tell me where you are, and I'll come to you.
She wants to run away, but the car still won't start. That's why she takes the bicycle. Even though she looks ridiculous, she is going to find Frank's father. She finds him in the lowland, which he's desperately trying to save. The man has organized a tour for the children to show them all the beauty of the wildlife.
I need you to fix my car.
I was planning on fixing it after school.
I can't wait that long.
Tom is pleasantly surprised to see V here. Once again, the girl is amazed at how calmly Tom responds to her job.
Are you late for an appointment with a client?
Are you a religious fanatic or something?
No.
Because you're just the most understanding man I've ever met.
It turns out they have a lot of common interests. Having realized it, V doesn't want to leave anymore. It's safe in the suburbs. She thinks they won't be looking for her here. She comes home and takes a bath. At this moment, the boys find her in the bathroom. Other guys worry that V will talk about what they did if she stays in the suburbs. Frank realizes he has won the bet
Brad, you're wearing my jacket.
and takes his award, Brad's leather jacket, so loved by all girls of the school. Frank asks V to help with his homework. She agrees to help. Once again, Frank tries to learn from his father the details about his mother, with no success though. Even though father and son have great relationships, this subject is under the ban in the family. The next day, Frank goes to school in the leather jacket and gives his classmates a real performance. By distracting the teacher, through the window he lets V in and draws the positions of the reproductive organs on her body. Classmates love it, especially boys. Now Frank is a star for his classmates. The teacher is shocked, but the task is completed. It was her who gave this task to him after all. Breaking into the room, the teacher makes V escape through the window, but the classmates applaud her farewell. Frank remains concerned about the position of a spot on the female body that can be touched to drive her completely insane. He addresses this question to V, but she denies it exists. Tom is happy to see V in his house and invites her to dinner. During a romantic walk, they meet a lot of people they know. A teacher from Frank's school, Stacy and her mother.
Oh, look, honey, it's Frank's dad. I wonder who that woman is.
She's a hooker.
Isn't that your little friend's dad?
Yeah.
I wonder who he's with.
It's a sister.
You two could learn something from them about just how close a brother and sister can be.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
There's no way I'm doing that.
And even one of V's former clients, who happens to be Kevin's father.
Kevin.
V.
You know this woman, son?
This is the first time that V realizes that Tom doesn't know about her real job. Frank deceived her, so she rushes away, ending the date earlier than expected. She wants to leave, but the car is still broken. V says she's been living in a treehouse for days.
Take off your pants.
Why do I have to take off my pants?
Because in my experience, men are better listeners when they're not wearing pants.
V confesses that she's actually a lady of the night. Tom is shocked and isn't ready for further dialogue yet.
My son bought me a hooker?
He didn't buy me for you.
Oh, what a relief.
He just wants me to marry you.
Yep.
You said I look like Grace Kelly.
Who told you that?
Frank, he probably lied about that.
No, he didn't.
This evening, Frank talks to his father. The boy assures his father that V is his perfect match. Meanwhile, the girl is disappointed. After all, she thought she had eventually found the person who could see her soul rather than her body only. She's going to leave even though she has nowhere to go. She doesn't want to talk to Frank, calling him a liar. In desperation, Frank throws away his sacred box with all the unsolved mysteries, the medallion gifted by V, and even a picture of his mother. His dream is shattered.
She doesn't look at all like Grace Kelly. Neither do I, for that matter.
You do to me.
However, V and Tom find common ground to keep the communication going. They have a romantic relationship. V and Tom talk about their hard life. They are comfortable together and understand that it is love. V confesses her real name is Eva. The same night, Kevin's father tells the mafioso he saw V in the suburbs and Waltzer goes looking for her. The criminals finally got a lead. Although they don't know the exact address, finding anyone in the suburbs isn't a big deal. Frank is very happy that his dad and V are now a couple. The boy apologizes for being a liar. V is happy, and she offers to teach Frank how to dance. The lessons have been quite successful, so it seems it's a happy end for the family. But Waltzer is right around the corner. It's a miracle that he couldn't catch V in the supermarket. V decides it would be safer for Frank and Tom if V leaves as soon as possible. She writes a note to Tom that she took $50 from his wallet, and then she leaves. Tom has figured out why the car didn't start, and he runs to tell it to V. He finds Frank's note that he went to the dance. He jumps in V's car and goes for the son, believing she is there too. The mafioso gets stuck behind, recognizing his companion's car. Frank goes to the school disco to conquer Stacy's heart, but he attracts the attention of her friend only. Suddenly, V shows up. She has come to say goodbye, but is willing to help Frank get the girl's attention. After a fiery dance, Stacy is finally conquered.
He can dance.
She expects Frank to invite her to the dance, but all she gets is his jacket. Instead, Frank invites Stacy's friend, who has suffered from unrequited love for so long. Stacy is completely shocked. Waltzer shows up amid the disco. He takes V hostage, but the commotion disrupts his plans to get his money back. V finally realizes the money stolen from Waltzer is in Cash's car.
Cash steals from me. He hides 250 grand in a gas tank of his car.
They hear a fire alarm. V is using the same car to leave the school disco in a hurry. Behind the wheel are the kids. Frank steers the wheel, and Brad pushes the pedals. Waltzer follows them. The chase ends at the railway crossing. As soon as the children and V get out of the car, with the backpack that Tom had left in, the car blows up. Waltzer is left with nothing. The money went up in flames. V is gone. Tom and Frank are utterly upset about it.
Where is she?
Dad, she's gone.
And V returned to the city. She was not afraid to go to the boss and ask him to let her go. He agrees and promises to spare her from Waltzer's hunt. V packs her suitcase and says goodbye to her old life, except for the backpack she got out of the car. When V opens the backpack, she gets stunned. It is the money that Waltzer has been looking for, and now it belongs to her. Tom Wheeler is upset that V has left, but his fight for the wildlife isn't over. He chains himself to the car and is ready to stand his ground despite any legal consequences. At that moment, he hears news that the land has been repurchased and registered in his name. He's listed as the owner. So it was V's initiative. The police pull back. V and Tom understand that they can't live without each other. V decides to stay in the suburbs. Frank finally finds the mom he's been dreaming of for so long. Now everyone understands where the touching spot driving a woman completely insane is.
Her heart.
So my friends, that was me recapping the movie Milk Money. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe. It's incredibly important to me.